Hi, I'm Audrey Hope, and I am an intuitive counselor, and I am a relationship expert. And basically, I do problem solving, whatever needs to be done, this life, past life, any life. I tune in, get to the root of it, and problems are solved on a deep level forever. I'm a New Yorker, and it's no BS. Basically, everything I learned from Nona Hansen. She taught me everything I know. She's the wisest woman I know, and I'm so happy that we are here to work together, to bring what we really feel to women, what they need to know, keeping it real, as Nona would say. Keep it real.
I just keep it real. You know, Audrey, we just have to keep loving ourselves more, than any guy.
Yeah.
Because somehow we've lost that. And I think the older we get, we have to just know that we're just the most important people.
So what would be like one of the mission in your heart, like why you would want to talk to the women of America? What would be one of the things that motivates you? Why would you want to do it?
You know what, it's just time. I think the older we get, we just have to get better. We have to get better. We have to be better, look better, just be better all around. We're at that point where we just gotta do this now. It's just time.
Never.
Never.
Never. No.
Let me tell you.
They're so anal.
Good idea. Oh, but he's very nice. He's very nice because it was his birthday, and I think she wanted me to cut his hair, and he's very nice one-on-one. She didn't come with him. So I think he was being it was very nice. I meant to tell you, I totally forgot because he's so normal. He didn't try to make a pass, and then believe me, I was thinking, if he makes a pass, I am just, remember I told you, I said if I'm ever alone with him one-on-one, I'm just going to let him know what you and I discussed a long time ago that we were laughing about. And you were like, no, remember? And so we won't go into it.
But did he mention anything to
he
you
did.
about
He
her?
was
Did
very, no. It was very as if I was just doing, I'm doing David's hair. He was very like that. And then he said to me, because I said, oh, it's your birthday, happy birthday, because then I realized at that moment he was a Virgo. And I thought, wow, that's what it is. Remember we couldn't figure it out? That's what it is. Things have to go their way.
And what about her? What is she?
She, I don't know. You know what, Audrey? I meant to ask you that. Whatever her zodiac, I hate to say it, but whatever her zodiac sign is, he totally overpowers her.
Well,
and that's what Virgo guys do.
Letting him, sleep with any of the girls that he wants to, and she just goes along with it when she's this really nice girl from Virginia.
But guess
just
what?
So unbelievable.
Yeah. And Audrey, I'm telling you, the way, now I get it. You and I were trying to go what is it, what is it? What it is that he's really has a alpha ego, and they always find the girls who have the what is it when it's when they're very is it meek? Is that the word?
Well, no self-esteem at all.
Well, yeah.
I mean, she has no self-esteem. She's like a woman of the 20s, like in another era.
Yeah.
What we tried to before we burned the bra kind of thing,
Yeah.
She's subservient to the man.
Yeah.
And whatever the man wants to do. I mean, you don't see this anymore.
You don't see it
what
at all.
age is she living in?
Yeah.
I mean, who does that?
Yeah. And I'm telling you, Audrey, when I tell you, when he said it, when he came in, he was very normal. I think it's, I don't even think it's him.
He's got gross energy.
But
I
listen,
don't want him near
Audrey, I didn't want to tell you. Now, you know how I keep it real. He, by himself, he's very, 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 he was like a normal, he was like Mark, right now.
Unbelievable.
So I couldn't believe it because I was waiting, I'm standing there how you doing the nummy ho? I'm like, you know what? If he comes out with anything, I'm just gonna go for it. Like I told Audrey, if I ever get with him one-on-one and he does something inappropriate, I'm gonna pounce him. Do you know?
Oh no, and I have to tell you, by the way, I found these really great shoes at All Saints. They're making these really high ones with the toes open. Oh my God,
the
shorty shorts. Oh, to die for. To die for. What's in style is the embellishment, the gold embellishment on the sides. It was like jewelry on the tops. It was so hot. Yeah.
So let me ask a question regarding this person you're speaking of. What is it that you feel that she needs to either get her out of her situation or to correct her situation.
Well, it's not him, Mark. You know, it's not him. He's a nice guy because Audrey, I was waiting on it and it never showed up. And I think it's just that he's taking advantage of her. I think that's what it's always been, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and I think that's where we are now. You know,
Well, the
anybody
truth
has
of the
another
matter
one.
is, women really have this Cinderella idea
Oh,
that
yeah.
the man's gonna come and, you know, gonna,
Fix everything.
and then life is really gonna be
Mhm.
like perfect.
Disney's messed it up for a lot of people. haven't they?
But it's still going on.
Believing it.
When I find the
Disney's-
guy, everything's gonna be great.
Yeah, yeah,
And this illusion of happiness, it doesn't exist.
yeah.
Nona knows it, I know
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
and we work with people and what we see, it doesn't exist. It is the biggest freaking illusion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I just think
you know,
it's
and
sad.
believing that happiness is gonna come through a man is really a bunch of shit.
So this is what's going on. This is what's going on with her.
Well,
Yeah, well-
she's just has low self-esteem, as Audrey said, but
Yeah.
the guy is just, he's a Virgo, which, you know, a lot of people.
She's
don't
got
be
it
hating
all.
us.
She's got it all.
Yeah.
Like her career,
Yeah.
beauty, looks. She's spiritually evolved, but
The
she's
self-esteem
going
is
with
in the
all of a sudden she's going with the guy, and you know he wants to sleep with a lot of other women. And
So what is it? What is it you two can
and so
impart to her
she
to help
really
her to?
needs someone
I don't
to
think we
tell
can
her.
help her.
Someone really
I mean,
needs to
Audrey-
tell her,
If Audrey can't help her.
What
I don't know
is-
if I can help her.
you know, what is going on with you, allowing yourself to be put down when you don't want to. See, the thing is,
I'm
she
doing
doesn't
it
want to
because
do
of her.
it.
Because Audrey, I'm telling you, the whole time I was doing this interview, it's very normal. I take everything back that I thought about him. I even think, I mean, I hate to say it, but I even think that she's the reason why he's doing the stuff he's doing because he can. You know the whole thing about us loving ourselves more? I think he's
Yeah.
doing it because
Yeah.
he's bored and she's one more person. And I remember her telling me at one time that she knew him, which doesn't matter. It's just, it's all about like self-esteem. But she knew him when he was married and she was
Yes.
willing to do this with him when he was married. And I just think for him, it's just a continuum. It's like, well, I knew you when I was married. Why on earth would I change the dynamics between us now? That's what I think he's
Yeah.
doing. Because when he was sitting in my chair and I was doing his hair the other day, he was so normal that when he left, my first instinct was to call you, but I was working those 15-hour days.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll talk to Audrey in a few days. And I kept thinking, wow, I think I was wrong. And you know, me saying that,
Yeah.
like I was wrong about someone, like I totally, we had him all pegged to be this awful, you know, guy who does everybody he sees and he just says whatever he wants.
Did you change his
like
hair
David?
color?
You know what, we
'Cause
talked
he's
about
like
it, we're
gray.
gonna do it.
You're gonna change it to
We're gonna do it, because
it's
I
like,
told
he
him.
looks like an old man.
I told him that. I told him very casually because I was like, I didn't even know what to say because I was all ready to like get him straight. You know how I told you that? Nothing happened and I was like, wow, this is really great. I love it. You know, this is normal. Got through his hair and I told him, I said, well, listen, I said, when, have you ever had your hair colored? And he said, I did, but they did it so wrong. It was about 15 years ago. And I said, that's what I was thinking because
Yeah.
your hair is really white. It's like Ted Danson white. And I said, you know, and it doesn't really seem like it's you.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
what,
it's
I'd
her.
love to get in there and go, like, what is your real deal? Is it because you're short? Like, you got
It's
like
probably
some
all
kind of
that.
like complex
Yeah, yeah,
that you got to have like all these women loving you?
yeah, yeah.
What's your advice to her? What is it?
I
that-
want to
My
know from
advice-
Audrey because, you know, I fix them on
My
the outside,
advice
but
to
I don't
her
know what
would
to
be
do.
really look at what she wants. Really question it deeply.
How are you going to get her to do that?
Yeah,
But
good luck
somebody,
with that. This one
somebody
is,
needs to really face her and say, what is it that you want?
That's what you have to do. That's
Yeah.
your job.
Because if you really want to be married, and
So
you
she's
really
married
want
to
a
him?
no,
Oh,
you want a
okay.
he's probably
monogamous
not doing
relationship,
I can't see that.
and you could say you're a tantra teacher, and you could say all that, but what you really, it's all a disguise.
I don't think
you
it's him,
really
Audrey.
have-
What is wrong with you when you think that everybody is like into this like swinging kind of thing? I mean, I don't judge people, but I was going to ask him if he had said anything because for me, it's like
I have never heard swinging work, have you ever?
It doesn't work, Audrey.
I mean,
it is
never.
a pastime. It is a
Nobody
hobby.
destroys relationships.
It is a
It's
hobby.
great.
It's a hobby.
It destroys it.
It does,
Believe me,
yeah.
I'm working with someone now, and the woman did it, and she became an
hobby.
alcoholic. She's drinking. She's really upset.
deal
We
with
wanted
it.
to move. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's a hobby. It's a hobby.
Well,
I don't think it's him. I was wrong. Ugh, I don't know. That feels kind of
You gotta meet them
uncomfortable.
both, man.
I was
You
like,
gotta
so
meet
it's
Andrea.
not
Let me tell you
him.
about Andrea. So Andrea's come in, and she only wants her man. Okay, I've met him. He says to her, "I want to leave. I do not want to be in this marriage."
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're living together, and she's got this guy she wants, and he wants to leave. Okay, so what do you do with this? I work with them separately, and I work with them together. And she wants to see us because she wants a solution to, now the easy thing would be to say, just dump him. You're beautiful, go on with your life.
But she don't.
But keeping it real, she wants to be with him. So I said to her that the universe, these are the 5 things you do to keep him. You fight always for what you want. But then there's other things that the universe will do. Like, in other words, it wouldn't be a bad thing if he left, because once he goes home, he's going to see that his life is.
I actually like that one better.
Right.
I like that one better.
So what's the advice you give is what you give for everything. The woman has to become the queen no matter what. And then the man has to go, oh my God, if I don't get it together, she's going to leave me. That's the only answer.
And then let's go to a different part of that. Okay, so what if they've done the journey?
Yeah.
What if they've done the journey? What if it is over and it's the beginning of the end?
I agree.
And I don't want to say that. I know that's what I'm saying. You don't want to give her that because it's a little hard to handle.
Well, the guy says, I don't want to be with you. There's the door. Like you always tell me, let me show you, let me take you to the door.
Yeah, here's the exit.
Here's the exit.
Yeah,
Let me take you.
But you know what? He's not going to leave like that.
But I said to him, why is your body still in the room?
What did he say?
You look like you're still here.
Yeah.
Because you keep talking, but your body is on my couch. So get going. I said to him, there's the door, leave. He doesn't leave.
He wants to threaten to leave.
Right.
Yeah,
so you see, the guy has no intention, because no matter what he's saying, it's actually what he's doing.
I know.
You're like right in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he's not going anywhere.
So what advice do we give her? Because she's the one that's feeling the most sad. He's feeling like, I can say anything and I can do anything, and it's like, I think she has to be more, I wouldn't react. That's me. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't react because I think the time for, we've all done it. We've all like lost our mind and gone psycho and straightened out and broken stuff. I wouldn't react because I would be more like, you know what, if you want to go, I get it. You maybe need to go. That's where I would go.
Yeah.
Only because I don't want anyone to stay.
And that's what I said too. Just keep saying,
Yeah.
as you're talking.
Yeah. Because it changes. Like, there's sometimes a guy's more in love with you in the relationship, and sometimes you're more in love with him. But I don't think we should take the pain. Like him saying he wants to go, very like to the point. I would be like, yeah, you know what? If you need to go, I get it.
And he blames everything on her.
Of course.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
the problem is, she's into the drama. But when she stops, like healing her
Yes.
from taking the blame,
Yes.
it boomerangs back onto him.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you see, so
And he doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
He just wants her to go with him, and I wouldn't go with him.
he just wants to blame someone. Like, and also his drug addiction. I cannot tell you
That's key.
what a
That's key.
effing drug addict he is.
Well, that's key.
Oh.
That's part of it. Yeah.
Okay, and I laid it out for him
Yeah.
in simple terms, because he could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, he wore me out from what he was saying. I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
So I had to bring it back to, let me just write it down on a piece of paper. How many drugs you do? How many times? Every Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay, Amy's not there. You're
Amy.
blaming it on her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you are a drug addict.
What do you say to that?
Complete denial.
Well, yeah.
And so this
Of
thing about
course.
wanting to go home, he wants to go home and use.
Yeah. I would let him go.
Okay, he's a bigger drug addict than she.
Why don't we just let him go? Why don't we just stop the
I
therapy
know you
again?
tell her, but I
and be
can
like,
tell
you
you
know,
that when he
take care.
goes, he's going to also come back.
Well, yeah.
Because
If you
he's
let
like,
him.
who wants to live in New Jersey when you can live in
That's
Southern
what I mean.
California? I mean, really,
Yeah.
living in beautiful Santa Monica, like, you don't look unhappy.
Yeah. He's not unhappy.
Okay?
He's just
you
not
look
unhappy.
really happy.
Yeah.
You got your nice suntan.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't look like you live
No,
in struggling today.
he's just trying to hurt. He's trying to hurt her.
Yeah, because he's so cute that no one ever called him on his BS until he's met us. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, somebody's calling me on my stuff. which is what we do.
And she's so sweet, you know, and they,
So-
again, they always get
So,
these
and she
sweet
keeps
girls.
getting more fabulous.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you know,
that's what's gonna happen.
Nona fabulous, her hair is fabulous.
That's what's
got the
gonna
complete makeover inside and out. So, you know, now the tables are really turning, which is,
But what do we
Which is
do?
what-
What do
which
we
is-
do with these guys? I mean, Mark, what do you think? You know, Mark is obviously on the other side of the camera, so you can probably hear his voice, and you know, what I mean, we're bringing
Mark's
everybody
saying,
into it. And the
listen,
nail
I don't want to
species.
go near these girls.
I know.
These girls are scary.
I know.
They're scary.
No, what we are is
Well,
we've been there, done
yeah,
that, bought the T-shirt.
yeah, yeah.
So we're trying to help and plant the seed so that nobody else gets hurt as much as.
I've heard people say many times, I don't want to go with Audrey, or they're scary.
Yeah,
Well, it's because you're giving truth, and truth is
it's
fearful.
yeah.
Yeah, but you can't walk into this high vibration of fabulousness, power of a woman, and expect to keep your, you know, BS going.
Well, but that's it. The only people that, if you two are looking at different clients that you potentially will be helping, the only person you're going to be able to help is the one that's willing to change.
Yep, I agree.
Because if they're not willing to change, you just button your head against the wall, and
Oh,
it's not going to take you anywhere.
Yeah.
You might
I
look
had a
great,
client
but
yesterday, I swear, 8 years ago, we were talking about the same thing. I mean, 8 years.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. They
We're
ruminate.
still talking about the
Yeah,
guy.
they ruminate. They keep it
Okay.
going. Yeah.
She married her mother. So the real healing is healing her issues with her mother. She married her mother narcissist, she got a narcissist. And she's trying to figure out why everybody's mean to her.
Mm.
Well, she learned to be mean, you know? And the guy went through all her stuff. And she's trying to justify how he did that. Went
And
through her
Audrey,
stuff.
like, what
I mean,
advice-
went through her stuff. Anybody went through my stuff,
Yeah.
that's it. It's like, you're kidding me. My private stuff, my computer, no one does that. He threw out her stuff.
Mm.
Wow.
You know,
Yes,
and she's
So
afraid.
how do you heal someone like her? If you've been
Well,
dealing
she has
with
to
this
heal
for
her
years?
issues as a little girl with her mother, because she also has a brother who treats her bad.
Audrey has the patience of a saint.
She's so,
That's
well, I
what it
just
is,
could
yeah.
see her, and I just
Yeah.
told her yesterday, just call me when you're at the lawyer's office, and I'm gonna scream celebration,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Because we're talking 8 years later about how you need to leave him. We don't need to
So
be
how do you,
talking
if you're
about
dealing,
him.
if you're dealing
He's
with
absolutely not part of the conversation anymore.
Yeah, but she's
We don't even
still
need to talk
stuck.
about him.
She's still
No, he's
stuck.
a nothing. He's a loser.
She's
Okay?
still
And
stuck.
he's so mean to her. And mean is a boundary. You never let anybody be mean to you. Okay,
But
women
that's
get
the
stuff, they
narcissist.
go like, oh, he's so nice.
Yeah.
He only does this
When he's doing
sometimes.
this, yeah.
And that's where women get stuck.
Well,
Oh,
it
he
sounds
abuses
like
me
he's
only
got-
on Friday nights. And they forget, oh, he's so nice. No, you need to look at the little stuff that he does 2%. That's where the meat and the potatoes is, not the 98%.
I like your, I like,
See what I'm
I
saying?
like that you have a heart of gold, Audrey, and you're like an angel, but I say, love yourself more and forget about him.
Exactly.
Live your life as if you're
Yeah.
not connected to him.
Exactly.
So
And then
how,
watch
so
it
how
like
do you
it's
get her
not
to change
comfortable.
that? How do you
Well,
get her to?
she hears it.
She hears it, but she's not doing it.
She has to go to the right place.
Yeah.
She can't just, can't look at her addiction. She can't look at her marriage. She needs to look at herself.
Yeah.
You know, it's with herself and
Well,
then with
okay, well, this is the thing with the show here. The two people you've been speaking about, the focus is shifted from the man to the woman.
Oh,
That it's that aspect
oh,
they're
it's all,
stuck in
it's all the
something that they have
relationship with yourself.
continued
We
to.
all know that. But really, I honestly learned that from Nona.
Mhm.
And I have been through so many I'm a spiritual counselor. And I've been through masters.
Where
But
everybody's
Nona loves herself.
Yeah. More
And
than
so
any-
that's how I really learned to love
more than
myself.
any guy. And that was
And I learned that, and my whole life has been you teach what you need to learn, right?
Yeah.
And I teach self-esteem first. That's also how you manifest your dreams. It's got to come from self-love. Self-love is the key, and it's time for women to really get that. You know.
But it's a
So
long
we
journey.
are the same in that.
It's a long journey.
It's
Audrey.
about the self-love.
Yeah, it's a long journey, especially for the
People are
8-year-old.
so like jaded on what they think the problem is. It's none of that. I'm like, yeah, it's not that.
Well, certainly
I mean-
understanding what the root of the problem
Wait,
is.
you know, I had a
is
woman,
the-
she said, can you please, she works at Kaiser, she said, please, I'm with a horrible boss, can you help me get a new job? So she thinks I'm gonna talk to her about a job. Oh my God, She was abused by her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And she created an environment in Kaiser that was like her dad.
Mhm.
So we had to talk about her dad. She started crying. She said, yes, you know, I was abused and I never really talked about it.
Yes.
So you see, so you want a new job and you want to come, but
It's the same person.
we have to look at
Everybody's
like,
the
are
same
you going to
person.
let someone abuse you?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you let nobody abuse you, it's like, bye.
yeah.
I don't need to discuss it, you know, and maybe women are afraid of being powerful.
Well, it's self-love. We don't, we just, we.
I mean, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Self-love.
someone once didn't pay me, and I'm
Oh.
like, I'm gonna have to say if you don't pay me by so and so, you know, I'm gonna take this a little further.
Yeah,
See,
self-love, self-love.
and
You
that's how
deserve to be
men,
paid.
and that's how men grow, by being with women who love themselves. End of story.